is any studies on students on IP failed to progress further and they have no O-level to fall back? What will their future be?
Okay, so this is the biggest fear, right, for parents who are and children who are keen to consider the IP school context. So when I was serving in an IP school, during the open house, this is actually one of the most popular questions. And then the parents will be like, oh my goodness, does that mean that they will only have PSLE qualification, you know, if they cannot cope with the IP curriculum? Okay, just want to assure you. Now, first let's go back to intent of IP. All right, when IP schools were first set up, the intent is that these students, this profile of students actually have that ability to manage a stretch curriculum. So if I could quote my former principal of the IP school that I served, he would always tell parents that when you come into an IP school, you have 1 foot actually into tertiary education, which is university, 1 foot, okay, in. But of course, along the journey, you need to make sure that the other feet also, the other foot also gets in, right? Okay? And both feet are securely in. So the concern, therefore, is what if the other foot cannot get in? All right? So to assure parents, okay, in the IP context, if you ask me to answer the question directly, are there any studies? To be honest, I don't know of any studies because having served in an IP school for quite a number of years, we very, very rarely have a situation where a student doesn't make it through the IP curriculum. And when they don't, it's usually through very extraordinary personal circumstances. Okay, majority of the other students who do make it through and do it well, what happens is that if they can't manage, okay, if they can't manage, do check in with the respective IP schools that you're interested. Number one, most of them will actually have at least 1 O-level class. Okay, so previously when I served in Dunman High, we have 1 O-level class. But every child who comes in, we don't say, oh, this one is projected for O-level or what. Everyone comes in as IP. So it is our responsibility to actually make sure that we see the child through, working together with the parents, of course. However, there will be structures in place to make sure that, to monitor how the child is doing, and parents will actually be alerted, okay, to see how we can work better if, let's say, a child is really not coping well. Now, by Sec 2, in fact, by the end of Sec 1, if they are not coping well, there will be advice given to see how we can actually further support the child. And after Sec 2, if really there is still certain stress points, then there is that 1 O-level class to actually provide a safety net for children to move into the O-level class. Okay, so that they can finish the O-level and still have a consideration to move into JC, which many of them actually come back to the IP, the senior high section, or they move on to poly. All right? So I need parents to understand that this fear of them not being able to cope and they fail and they'll fall out of the IP, it is actually, I must say, it's quite unfounded. All right? Because right from the start, the selection of the students into this program are students who can manage a stretch curriculum. Of course, not without support from their teachers, from their parents, and also the support they get from peers.